Hi everybody, welcome to my very first live trailer breakdown, and I couldn't have picked a better night and a better trailer to do it. Just so you know, this was born out of necessity. I needed to be able to do this trailer breakdown fast. And a lot of YouTubers record their videos live using live software. Oh, thanks Raphael for gifting those memberships. And so I was like, let me try and do that. But I was like, as long as I'm using live software, why not do it live? So we're going to have a great time. I won't be interacting with you as much as I do on a regular live stream because I want this to be able to play after the fact as a trailer breakdown. However, you'll be able to talk amongst yourselves. I will be keeping an eye on the chat. And then at the very end of the breakdown, 5-minute Q&A. All right? So we're going to have a real good time. And I took this time to do the notes for the breakdown so I'd be all ready to go. All right, so we got, the first thing I want to say actually is that I'm so impressed with Sean Levy as a director, that Sean freaking Levy was able to at least deliver this trailer. I think the movie looks sensational. But I'm guessing maybe it's his experience on Free Guy, which was a fantastic film with Ryan Reynolds. But then also, of course, I think directing Stranger Things. I think that probably helped as well. Now here's a little something. Here's this poster. This is the poster, the teaser poster for Deadpool. I know some of you are saying you want more teases for who's in the movie, but we have a long way to go with this ad campaign, and I'm happy, and I would like them to keep some surprises for the movie itself. And don't worry, there's plenty for us to discuss in this teaser alone. But I love this. It's two friendship necklaces that come together to form a heart, Deadpool and Wolverine. And I honestly believe they were going to do Deadpool and Friend. But because it was leaked by scoopers, anonymous scoopers, a couple of days ago, I mean, I didn't hear this, but I would think based on this being friendship necklaces for the poster, I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up scrapping what they were that joke, which is a shame. It was a great joke, and a lot of people aren't online, and I think it still would have played really well at the Super Bowl. Although maybe it's a little bit too much of a joke. I'm not sure. I thought it was a funny joke. I like it a lot. I don't know why it's not trending, Ty. I saw that all the Universal trailers were trending. I'm going to react to those after this, but Universal is not very friendly with trailer reactions. So, and also, this is, in my opinion, the biggest trailer of the night. So I wanted to do the breakdown. All right, so let's take a look at this. Let's see here, at this trailer. All right, so let me get rid of the poster. Here we go. Oh my goodness, I've never done this before. I tested it. I think we're ready, and I have a little pointer ready, and it's going to be fun. All right, so happy birthday, Wade. One little candle. It's adorable. All right, so there are a lot of Easter eggs right off the bat with his friends. Deadpool and friends. He has lots of friends, as you can see. So here, so there he is. I like this look. I saw one of you saying that it looked like Three's Company, and I've never watched an episode of Three's Company, and I Googled it right before this breakdown, and I was like, that's not what, the Ritter. Is it Jason Ritter or is that his son? But I'm like, that's not what he looked like. But it is like a really funny, like Tom Selleck kind of 80s kind of look. I think it's funny. So he's having a birthday party, right? I like this is like happy. Oh, John Ritter. Thank you. This is like Happy Wade. But then look at this. Okay, I can't believe that Louis Tan from Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat, somehow managed to get into this movie. I mean, you got to respect the guy's hustle. That's him. Let me get my my little arrow. That's him right there. Okay, playing Shatterstar. And, I think his acting improved on Shadow and Bone Season 2. So I don't hate it as much as I did before. But I can't believe that this guy, I mean, look at least the connections that he's developing. Obviously, you recognize Colossus. Dopinder in the house. I'm gonna keep my arrow here when I'm not using it. All right, there's even more. He has a pretty good turnout. Now, this was so sweet. This was really sweet. This is Negasonic Teenage Warhead and her girlfriend, Yukio, from Deadpool 2. I love I love how Ryan Reynolds is finally embracing the LGBT aspects of the character. I think that's really important for the character going forward, and I think he can do it. And then also, let's not forget, Yukio has a very strong background with Wolverine. So I don't know if it's going to be this Yukio or not, with the blonde and pink hair, but I still think that's a fun connection just right there. But I think that's really sweet that these are Deadpool's friends and they're there at the party. I think that's just, I love that callback. If this was all that we got, I think that was lovely. All right, then, there's Blind Al. There's Blind Al. And Morena Baccarin is Vanessa. We're going to talk about her when we get a little bit better shot. So he's having his party. He's saying it's been a rough year, and there she is. They're having that classic couple behind, away from the party kind of situation. I wonder if Vanessa will ever get her powers. But so far, no. No, it's such a shame. Because in the comics, she was such a cool shapeshifter. But no. So I mentioned Colossus. So anyway, so there, he seems to be in a really great place. A really great place. But this is something that's interesting to me. So he says, oh, you guys all help me. Oh, yay. Isn't that great? I love his acting here. It's really fantastic. Now look, okay, so this is the first really cool thing, all right? So he blows out the candle, and that's exactly when the TVA knocks at the door. Part of me feels, and this is just a guess, that Deadpool might have wished for an adventure. Wouldn't that be great if he's saying he's all happy to everybody and he's like, oh, guys, I love my life. I'm glad we don't do anything crazy anymore. But secretly, that was his wish. That would make me really, really happy. So I think that's a potentially cool idea. All right, then, so it's somebody at the door. Looks like he lives in Spider-Man's building, by the way. Wouldn't that be hilarious if he did? I love the face acting. Upgrade for the TVA. I can't believe that they totally changed their suits. This is the pegging joke. That's a really funny joke. I like that he says, it's not supposed to be scary. And he's like, I'm used to this. It's new for Disney. I like that he looks at the camera. But look how different the TVA agents look. I'm really surprised that they changed their look so extensively because we've always said that Loki looks like a movie-level show. So why change it so much? That's nuts. Yeah, there's no Loki right now. I've not heard of Loki being in this movie. I think it's weird that none of the people from the show that made the TVA famous are in the movie. But, I'm loving so much what they're doing here. I don't care. Well, I care a little bit. We'll talk about that when we get more to the TVA. But I love it. I love that the door appeared where his door was. And they pull him in, and I love that guy grabs the wig. And I think to some degree, it's like same old Wade, right? I think that's just fantastic. All right, so TVA upgrade, not just the costumes. Oh, by the way, how great is that to see the Marvel Studios logo officially on a Deadpool movie? I mean, this is exciting stuff. We're witnessing history. And you know what? This is what we wanted when they did the Fox acquisition. And for a little bit, it seemed like it was the worst thing to ever happen to Marvel. But this is making it seem like all that bumpy road might have been worth it. Although it might just all be Ryan Reynolds, who is a business genius. All right, so look at the stuff on his head. Look, he looks like a potato. Oh, it's rough, but it's also hilarious. Because, he's okay, so we can laugh at it. But they did a great job with that. That's just so funny. And look at the hand acting on Matthew McFadden. Fadian. By the way, I love Succession. I love Loki. I'm, of course, very, very excited for this movie in particular. I almost called it a show, but with those two shows, that's not an insult. So, boy, this is Paradox. I don't know why Mobius isn't in on this. I guess he took a leave at the end of Loki season 2. But it's kind of weird when Owen Wilson came from the movie space that he would not be in the movie. Like, isn't that weird that he wouldn't get to be in the movie? Right? Now, suddenly Owen Wilson is TV only. So, yes, he's called Paradox, and boy, does he have flair. Wait for this. All right? So he's like, you're going to come with me. Now, look at this. Look at the snap. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Oh, it was beautiful. I wish I could have freezed it exactly when he had his wrist like this. I'm still learning how to pause on this live feed. But he's like, come with me. And I'm like, sachet, my friend. I love it so much. It's like they bring in a little bit of Kingsman in here too. I mean, I just think it's just so great. Thank you, Matthew McFadden. That's all of his awards right there. All right, so he's like, come with me. And then this is what's really cool. I like this a lot. Love the bespoke suit. Whole TVA got an upgrade, by the way. I don't know how they're going to explain this, but it is very Kingsman. It is a little bit Kingsman-like. So he's like, come with me. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I couldn't find out what those stickers were on the locker. It looks like he has some sort of job and his Deadpool suit is in there, right? So I like that shot of him. He looks good there. He's got a little name tag. Couldn't make out what was on the name tag. All right. So, oh, look at that. We're going to get to that action sequence in a moment. It's so beautiful. So, look at that. Look at that salesmanship. Does everyone who becomes a TVA agent have a background in being a salesman like Mobius, right? All right. That's a really sharp suit, boy. A little bit like, it's a little bit like Alan Rickman, Hans Gruber, in Die Hard a little bit too. Isn't that cool? But he says, how would you like to be part of a whole world of heroes? And it dawned on me, speaking of snaps, it dawned on me that Paradox is bringing Deadpool into the MCU. So that's how they're going to shift him from the Fox universe to the MCU. They're going to do it meta style. How else would Deadpool do it when you think about it? And they're going to shift him into the MCU. He's going to be moved there by the TVA. And he's getting a sneak peek. He's getting a sneak peek at his new world. I'd also like to point out that there's Deadpool here at the bottom. I am curious as to what he's doing there. It looks a little bit like the Captain America spot where he talks about, so you thought something was going to happen. But very, very cool. All right, so let's keep going. Oh, this is so fun. I'm so glad so many of you are joining me for this live breakdown. I'm very excited about this new type of video for us to do together. All right, I see many in our future. All right, so let me get back here. All right, so we move along. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful. That's right, Wade. Welcome to the party. Come save everybody. This is going to be great. And look, he does the salute. Oh, I love it. He's like, I smell what you're throwing down. And so, by the way, that's our villain. That's our villain. The rumor has been, played by Emma Corrin. They're from, their pronouns are they, them. They played younger Princess Diana from The Crown. The rumor was Cassandra Nova. Seems pretty confirmed to me from this shot. I don't know how. The real goal here is how is she not going to look like Tilda Swinton? Although there's a joke for you right there because she's going to look a lot like Tilda Swinton, who of course is already in the MCU as a bald character. But for those of you who don't know who Cassandra Nova is in the comics, invented by Grant Morrison. Cassandra Nova is Charles Xavier's evil twin sister, who he had supposedly destroyed in the womb, but I think she just became part of his brain, and then she got out of it, and then she becomes like this villain in the new X-Men run. And apparently, I thought those were insane shoulder pads, but it seems like instead she's sitting in a chair. That makes a lot more sense. Look at the wall. I wonder if Cassandra Nova works at the TVA, come to think of it. Fascinating. Maybe. All right, so this is I believe Madripoor, because here comes my favorite moment in the trailer. I did the correct pronouns, Jose. We don't know what Cassandra Nova's pronouns are, but for Emma Corrin, I do use they, them. But for Cassandra Nova, we don't know what the pronouns are. All right. Oh, sorry. Now look at this. Right there. That's when I knew that we were in business. That's Patch. I knew it as soon as I saw him. He was there for like 2 seconds, and I was like, oh my God, it's Patch. I'm so sure of it. It's incredible. Now, somebody wrote a very cute comment on my trailer reaction where I also geeked out about Patch and said, who is Patch? All right, Patch, you know how Batman has a secret identity called Matches Malone? Can I point to him, Shahar? Yeah, it's him right there. He's right there. That's him in the white jacket, the white dinner jacket. He's called Patch because he has an eye patch. So Bruce Wayne has an undercover character he has called Matches Malone. And so this is very similar to that. When Wolverine doesn't want to be Wolverine, he goes around as Patch. He wears a white dinner jacket like James Bond. He wears an eye patch over one of his eyes, and he often hangs out in this identity in Madripoor. It's Wolverine's alter ego, as Ratana just said. That's a good way to say it. So it's Wolverine. It's one of his secret and alter ego identities. It's Patch. They've made so many Wolverine movies. The guy's never freaking showed up until now. I only had to see his back, and I immediately knew it was him. So I feel like we're dealing with people who respect the source material and can also elevate it. Oh my God. You know, Rabbi, you say it's a deep cut, but for anyone who is a comic book fan, particularly an X-Men fan, that's amazing. All right, so, I just can't stand it. It's like the coolest thing ever. All right, I can't wait till he turns around. All right, so Deadpool's going to have a lot of fun with that patch. All right, so he has these great lines where he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to fix everything. He's like, I'm going to come in here, and he has this great line where he says, he's Marvel Jesus. Oh, I love it. I love that Kevin Feige has basically just allowed Ryan Reynolds to do whatever he wants. And we're like, thank you. So love that, love that, love that. Jerome, we're going to get to those questions at the end. I don't want to slow the flow. So Marvel Jesus, that's trending on Twitter. I'm not surprised. It's hilarious. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now look at this little montage. So he's getting ready. Now somebody's helping him. Who is that? Oh, you can kind of see a little bit who it is. You see he's got that cool beard and mustache, right? I'm not sure who that is. I only saw that we could see him now. But so he's helping Deadpool get ready. But look at this. Oh, this is amazing. He zips up his fly. There's butt smacking. They're slapping his butt. Oh, I think this is so funny. All right, I can't wait to see who that is. And he's locked and loaded. And then this is one of the best entrances I've ever freaking seen ever. Right? Look at this. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, and he fixes the wedgie. Oh my gosh. It's just absolutely incredible. I just love it so much. It's perfect. I mean, I don't even care that it was probably VFX or wire work that got him out of the split. It looked fantastic. So, like, this July. Now, okay, there are some of our R ratings. We can see a little bit of a preview there. He seems to have turned on the TVA. Why is he fighting the Minutemen? Although maybe they're controlled by Cassandra Nova. Again, maybe Cassandra Nova works for the TVA. We don't know yet. Now, that's great, though. There's so much more of this. So, woo, yeah. Now they ruined the Fox gag. And again, I wonder if this is only in the trailer because it leaked. Now, they were filming outside, and they had this. That'll teach them for building it for practical. If they'd only added it in post, it never would have leaked, at least not that early. So it was this hilarious thing where, it's that world between worlds, where you go when you get pruned, right? And 20th Century Fox is there, the logo, which is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious, right? So now I love this. It's so CGI, but I don't care because I love it. And it's done to the music. I think it's perfect. So look, he's getting he's reloading. Oh yeah, and I'm like, I love it. I don't even care that you can see that it's clearly CGI. So everyone deserves. Now look at that. What a callback. Now, if you don't watch the Loki show, you don't know who that is. But that's the purple cloud. That's Alioth. And it's in here. And it's just so funny. And it takes that guy out. That's just so great. And Deadpool's like, what the F? And they cut him out. I think they cut right before he actually did the swear word. But it was fantastic. You're like, oh, man. I mean, this is what Marvel is supposed to do. This is when you're rewarded for watching all of the material and reading the comics. That's when you feel Marvel is at its best and cares about its fans. All right? It's so funny. A happy ending. Now, look, he's going to fix his arm. I love this. Look, he just whacks it back into effect. He just go whoop, and it's back there. Oh, it was so funny. And then, look at this. Apparently, on the arm here, it says, "Oh, Canada?" Which, by the way, I believe is that like the movie at Epcot, right? But, of course, Ryan Reynolds is from Canada. I'm curious as to who this figure is. He looks a little like Dr. Doom. I don't be shocked if they introduce Dr. Doom here, but he looks like Dr. Doom. All right? So there's some kind of weird device. He's taking people out. He's taking out Minutemen. It's great. I love it. Now, this is great. Also, again, very nice, getting ready for that R rating. Then, Pyro! Do you remember Pyro from X2? I don't even care that it's a lame character. It's a deep cut. That is a deep cut. If you've watched X2, and everyone should, because X2 is the best of the X-Men movies. I would say it goes X2 and then X-Men Days of Future Past. If you only watch 2 movies, those are the 2 they should be. And that's Pyro. Aaron Stanford. Thank you, K.O. Joe. That's Pyro. And he's in the movie, and he's working with whoever this Dr. Doom effer is. I'm getting into the mood for Deadpool. I'm like, let's go with effer, right? Whoever that effer is, it's Doom. And he's working with Pyro, which makes me even feel more like it's Doom. So that's fantastic. I love it, I love it, I love it. That's really him. That's really the actor from X2, Pyro. It's fantastic. All right, then I love when Deadpool does this kind of stuff. So he's like, hold on. The Minutemen, they look pretty much the same to me. We have to have Iceman. We have to have fire and ice, Miko. You're right. So look at this. So this was just beautiful. And by the way, you see this little thing in the corner here? A lot of people on the internet have already pointed this out, okay? That is a Secret Wars comic book. Aha! I told you they're all coming back for Secret Wars. And this is almost like a setup for Secret Wars. And so I love that the comic is here. That's phenomenal. I love that that's there. That's great. All right, so he's like, can I get a little help? And in comes somebody. I love that the shadow perfectly lines up with Deadpool. And he's like, you hairy ape, can you give me a hand? And here are his hands. I love it. And he's like, no, that's okay. Oh, and I loved that. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, I can go back a little bit. Oh, hallelujah. All right, let me see if I can get Wolverine's back. There it is. I love it. Hey, it looks so good. And I have to say that while these costumes all kind of look the same, I agree, at least they don't look totally like the MCU costumes. They got a little bit of a Fox flair to them with a little bit more hard surfaces and stuff like that, and the cap sleeves. That's right, he's wearing cap sleeves. And I just absolutely adore it. Oh, I can't wait. And this is just a teaser. We have only begun to have fun with this. So I just think that's fantastic. And then the title comes in, Deadpool and Wolverine. Again, I think it was going to be Deadpool and Friend, but unfortunately it's not. I wish it was. And then there's Marvel Studios, everybody. July 26th. I will be there. Oh, I think it looks really, really phenomenal. And I still managed to have, I think, some surprises there. And so I was very happy about that. Let me bring back up the poster, okay? Now, I have the logo here actually left over. I'll just move it somewhere. It's going to go over my face. Maybe I can move it. Yeah, I can move it. Hold on. We're going to Q&A it up for 5 minutes, and then I got other trailers to react to. Oh, yeah, Q&A section. Huzzah! All right, 5 minutes of Q&A. We'll do it until 8:26. Then I've got trailers to to react to. I don't know if I'm going to break down any more of these trailers because the other ones are pretty short. Glalie Master says, what if Cassandra Nova is a variant? She very well could be. I'm hopeful to see more variants. You guys want a poll? All right, let me pull it up. Hold on. Start a poll. What did you think of the trailer? Loved it. Better than I expected. Meh. And then didn't like it. Who would vote for that? But you might exist. Anyone can vote in a poll, but anyone can technically be in the chat because it's open to subscribers. All you have to do is subscribe for a second and you'll be in it. Thanks, Natalie. Thank you so much. I'm glad you had fun breaking this trailer down with me. Stephanie says, my husband discovered this movie while watching the Super Bowl. Where's he been? Stephanie, why haven't you filled him in? Although maybe this was probably better for him. Kiki says, is this really the last Deadpool? No way in hell. This movie would have to tank. Jerome asked me what would happen or how I would feel if this movie tanked. And if this movie tanks, then there's nothing, and then the MCU is truly broken. But how could this tank? I'd be shocked if this tanked. I mean, it would have to be something else besides the quality of the movie itself if this tanked. Let's see here. Jay says, I feel like the existence of Pyro guarantees the return of Rogue and Iceman. For those of you who don't know, in X2, they were pals. They were all the same age, and they were buddies. And there was a little bit of a weak love triangle going on there. It didn't really work out. So, but that's true. That's very exciting. I would love to see Anna Paquin back. Hamster says, what's your wish list of cameos characters? I want as many Fox Marvel characters as Ryan Reynolds can cram in here. That would just make me thrilled. Let's see here. Did I miss some super chats? I'm going to still react to the other trailers after this. Don't worry. Stouffer, I think that's funny that those gloves on that assistant might be like Mickey Mouse type gloves. And I think that's very funny. I think that would be very funny if that was true. Louis says, Grace, do you think this movie will make $2 billion? $2 billion? You know, I think it has a chance. I mean, I think it should be as big as No Way Home. Let's see. We'll see. Thank you for everybody who gifted a membership during the stream, by the way. I'm sorry I couldn't totally acknowledge you every time, but, you know, the trailer breakdowns are a little different. Steven says, maybe they're going to need a powerful telepath to deal with Cassandra Nova. Let's bring in Jean Grey. Steven, that's a great idea. I love that being the reason for finding a Jean Grey variant. That makes me very happy. I mean, I know the go-to, and also if they want to go find James McAvoy's Professor X, I wouldn't hate that either. And also, Emma Corrin, they're kind of similar in age to James McAvoy, interestingly enough. So, Patrick Stewart already came back. We don't need more of him, I think. Jake Van Norden says, what are the chances we get Famke Janssen back? Very strong. Oh, Bay, I'm so glad you like this. Nikita, I didn't see Jinx in there. And I haven't heard, you mean Jinx or Blink from Days of Future Past? I'm not sure who you're referring to. Quasar, I'm glad you're enjoying the SpongeBob Super Bowl. Sensation, you want this to make $5 billion? I'll just be happy if it makes $1 billion. Honestly, it doesn't even have to make 2. It just has to clear $1 billion. That's all it has to do. Emily, this is rated R. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Hey, Jason in Cleveland. Blair Wraith says, I wonder if this erases X3 from canon. Also, it's my birthday, and I just want to say your streams are the best birthday present. I'm glad we could be with you on your birthday, Blair, and I could wish you a happy birthday. I wouldn't hate it if it erased X3 from canon. Matthias, if Sophie Turner and Famke Janssen want to do like a Powerpuff Girls Unite kind of Jean Grey thing, I don't care. That'd be great. Dwight, I haven't heard anything about Loki coming back, but I think it would be super unfair if he didn't. Let's see here. Let me close the poll on your thoughts on the trailer. It's pretty promising. All right, so hold on. 66% of you loved it. 19% thought it was better than expected. 13% only thought it was meh. And then 1% hated it. Come on, guys. So that's 66% loved it. 19% thought it was better than they expected, 13% weren't very impressed, and then 1% actually disliked it. I'm a little over. Vincent says, is Deadpool and Wolverine leading into Secret Wars? I heard that was the case, or at least going to substantially set it up. Maruna, Emma, I guess what I mean is Emma Corrin is closer in age to James McAvoy than Patrick Stewart. They seem more like contemporaries. Hey, King Corey, thank you. Let's see here. I gotta go in just a minute. Oh, the Man of Meals. I'm glad you liked this video. That makes me very happy. Sebastian Scribbles. I'd love to see Rebecca Romaine return. I haven't heard anything about it, but that would be what my preference would be. Cool Guy 567 says, with the X-Force cameos at the birthday party, could Deadpool still be assembling that team? No, I don't think we need to waste our time on that. I think that it's better to move on to all the X-Men or all the Fox Marvel characters, but that's a very nice callback in the beginning of the movie. Dan Sue says, just imagine Jean Grey versus Wanda. Well, why versus Wanda? Let's bring in Jean Grey and Wanda to fight Cassandra Nova, the greatest cat fight of all time. Oh, man, I would love that. Let's see here. How would I feel if they killed off Cassandra Nova? I'd be fine with it only if Ryan Reynolds makes a joke about how they always kill off the Marvel villains after one movie, love. That's what I think would be the only acceptable thing. Trisha, I can't go back to your super chat. I don't know where it is. Let's see here. Your little brother Gabriel. I heard Halle Berry is most. I don't want to spoil anything, but a lot of the core X-Men I hear are going to be back. I don't think J-Law is going to be back, though. Trisha, write your comment again, because Trisha's in here all the time, major BTT member. So Trisha, write your comment in here really quick, and then I got to jump. I got to jump. I got a whole lot of other trailers I got to react to and potentially break down. All right, Trisha, I'm looking, Trisha. Trisha, where is it? Oh, you didn't have to do that at Super Chat again. Trisha says, I think $1 billion is guaranteed. The press tour alone will be huge. But will it, Trisha? Will everybody be on the press tour? I think there's a very good chance that they're going to hide them just like they did, for No Way Home. However, I think a couple of people will be on the press tour, just like the villains did press for Spider-Man No Way Home, but Toby and Andrew didn't. I think you're going to have some characters do the tour and some not. All right, everybody, this was so fun. I'm so glad we got to, Ted, I'm glad you got to participate in the chat. I had such a good time doing a live trailer breakdown. I'm very happy with the way this turned out. So I'm going to be utilizing these in the future so that I can go much faster with trailer breakdowns. And now I'm going to go react to the other trailers. Bye, I don't want to promise you that I'm going to do another breakdown, but I might. I might do another live breakdown before midnight. Let me see how it's going, because this was fun. Maybe for Wicked, or Twisters, or both. I'll see how I feel. All right, everybody. If I don't see you later, I'll see you soon. Bye, 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 bye.